delicious Singapore hawker food in the east of Singapore. Welcome to another food adventure with Getting Lost. I actually received a request from one of my viewers. He asked me to actually do a video about the food, a particular food in the east of Singapore. So this is what I did. So enjoy this video coming up. Welcome to another food adventure with Getting Lost. Like I said earlier, a viewer actually put in a request for me to actually do a review of Bee Hoon in the east side. So I thought about it and I decided, why not? Okay, so he said the east side, so I'm going to the east now. And he didn't state what type of Bee Hoon, so I'm going to do a few types of Bee Hoon that you can find in the east of Singapore. And so let's get going and let's see the first place we're going to eat these Bee Hoon dishes in the east side of Singapore. So the first place is the MRT. We are actually in the MRT now, heading towards the east of Singapore. One of the stops, one of the MRT stations we should be stopping at for our first dish of the day is at Kembangan. Here we are at Kembangan MRT station. This is actually the control station. So once you get out of the gantry, you turn left and head towards exit A. Okay. Once you reach the gate, the doors, okay, you turn right and you walk down the flight of stairs here, and then you turn left again. Once you turn left, in front of you will be a traffic light. Okay, like over here, you need to actually cross the road here to get to the other side. So as we are waiting for the lights to change, we're going to cross the road here. This road itself is actually Sims Avenue East. It's actually just beside the MRT station. And we need to cross the road here, and it's better to actually cross at the pedestrian crossing because it's safer. So this is Kembangan MRT station, one of those stations that's actually above ground, and right beside it is actually a river, or actually you can call it a canal, and we're going to walk right across the canal to the other street there, right at the end there where you can see the bridge, and that street itself is Changi Road. So from the MRT station, you walk all the way down, and at the end here is a restaurant, and this is the first place we're going to eat our food here today. And over here is the restaurant. The name of the restaurant is Seng Kee Black Chicken Herbal Soup, and it's actually a restaurant here that sells various different items. You can actually order cooked dishes, but the first thing we're going to try here is not Bee Hoon, something different. The first item we're going to eat here is actually mee sua with pig organ soup, mixed pig organs, and it cost me $7. First of all, the soup itself is really amazing, really flavorful, really tasty. It has a slight herbal taste and it complements the pig organs really well. The soup and the ingredients here, really good. And then the soup is also made a bit starchy because of the noodles they add into the soup, and the noodles itself is done really well. This noodles here is actually mee sua, which is very thin wheat noodles, and it's smooth and soft and slides down your throat very easily. But what's really good here is the pig organs, which are cooked to perfection. It's soft, tender, melts in your mouth, really done really well. And even the lean meat itself, which is normally tough, but here the lean meat is also soft and tender. Very well done, very delicious, very good. And what we are here to eat today is Bee Hoon. Bee Hoon is actually very thin rice noodles. This version of Bee Hoon is actually called Chao Ta Bee Hoon or burnt Bee Hoon. So this dish cost me $10. It comes together with lime and sambal. Okay, first of all, the noodles itself is done really well, very nicely flavored. It tastes a bit like fried rice but with noodles, and because they burn the top itself is nice, have a nice crispy crust. It is a bit oily, but it also has a very nice fried egg flavor to it, and you add the lime to add a bit of a zing to your noodles. And the sambal itself is very spicy, and you actually need the spiciness of the sambal to actually help you cut the oiliness of the dish itself. But this is actually quite a delicious Chao Ta Bee Hoon. I quite like it. It's quite delicious. If you're here, you can actually order this as a side dish. But overall, the star of the show is still the mee sua, but this is also a very good Bee Hoon dish, and it is. Our next stop brings us further east to Tampines. As you can see here, we are actually at Tampines MRT station, and we're going to head towards. Okay, so once you get out of the gantry, you walk straight, and then you turn right. When you turn right, you're actually at exit B. So this is exit B. Once you get out, you turn right again, and you head towards the covered walkway. Once you walk past the covered walkway, you're at the covered walkway, keep walking down, and towards your right, you actually see a pedestrian crossing. And then you cross here. After the pedestrian crossing, there's actually a covered walkway. So just keep walking along the covered walkway all the way straight until you reach the road itself. This road itself is Tampines Avenue 4. Turn right and then walk up the pedestrian bridge here. So once you walk up the pedestrian bridge, and then you cross the pedestrian bridge to get to the other side of the road. So just keep walking there and walk all the way down. You're still under the covered walkway. Keep walking straight along the covered walkway and you'll reach a bus stop. So this is the bus stop you're going to take your bus from. As you can see, we actually cross the road here, and this is the bus stop itself. The bus stop is actually named the bus stop opposite Tampines Station / interchange. From this bus stop, you're going to take bus 298 and take it for 3 stops. At the 3rd stop, you're going to get down. So just keep traveling along in the bus itself, and then, like I said, at the 3rd stop, you get down. Okay, so you'll actually be going into the heartlands of Tampines, and this is the bus stop itself. The bus stop is actually called Block 842C, and you took bus 298 to get here. This is actually the 3rd bus stop. So once you get down from here, you need to actually cross the road. So this is the bus stop again. The bus stop is actually at Tampines Street 82. Okay, you cross the road here, and then you turn right and walk down towards the block. Okay, and if you see at the end of the block there's actually some awnings, a roof, which is blue in color. That's where we're going. There's actually a coffee shop there. So once you walk past here is the roof itself, the awnings, some kind of beige awnings, and this is the coffee shop that we're going to have our food. The name of the coffee shop is actually the Street 82 coffee shop. Okay, and at one corner there's this shop called Jin Hock Seafood, and here is where we're going to eat another Bee Hoon dish. And now for a dish that is getting more and more popular nowadays, white Bee Hoon. This dish here cost me $5, and this version of the white Bee Hoon is really good. First of all, let's talk about the soup stock. The soup stock here, they do it really well. Where your taste buds will be blown by the strong seafood flavor with a slight garlic aftertaste. And the ingredients here, when they put into the noodles, also really good. The lean pork, they do it very well. It's actually nice and tender. They also got crispy pork lard, and the seafood here, ingredients also very fresh. But what I really like here is the way they handle the noodles. The noodles, which is Bee Hoon, which is thin rice noodles, and somehow when they cook the noodles, the seafood stock itself is absorbed into the noodles and makes the noodles itself super delicious. And the noodles also is very nice, smooth and silky, and when you eat it, it slides down your throat smoothly. When I eat these noodles, I had nothing to complain. Everything done really well. Delicious. Next up, I thought, how far east can I go? And I've decided, well, let's go as east as we can get in Singapore and go to Changi Village, where we can actually see plains land. So this is Changi Village Hawker Center, and at this hawker center, we're going to try more Bee Hoon dishes. Because you requested Bee Hoon in the east, I'm giving you Bee Hoon in the east at the furthest east I can go. And one of the most east food centers is Changi Village Hawker Center, which is here. Lots of nasi lemak, but also Bee Hoon. And one of a Singapore signature dish is Satay Bee Hoon, which is sold at this shop here, which I'm going to order. So this is the shop itself. It doesn't take them very long to actually cook the noodles, and you can see the pricing here. The smallest dish here is cost you $4. You have two types. You have the normal satay bee hoon and the seafood satay bee hoon. The only difference is the seafood, they replace the liver with prawn. What's slightly different here is the satay bee hoon itself has cuttlefish. Okay, so basically what they have is they have cuttlefish, they have cockles, they have kangkong, they have bean sprouts, they have the Bee Hoon noodles, which is thin rice noodles, and then they also have some tauhu, and then liver. Okay, first here, the satay sauce itself is not very thick, it's a bit diluted, and also the sauce itself is more savory than sweet, but they still have a very good peanut taste to the sauce. Overall, the satay sauce just coats all the ingredients very well. All the ingredients are also cooked very well. The liver not overcooked, which is good. The cuttlefish, which is easily to be overdone and tough, here is nice and soft. Okay, the ingredients all goes very well together with the satay sauce. So this is actually quite a good version of satay bee hoon. Only thing is, it's not very sweet, it's more savory. But other than that, this is a very good satay bee hoon. And it's in the east, and it's a bee hoon dish. We are still at Changi Village Hawker Center, and we are at this shop called Woon Woon Pek Beehoon. And they sell a different version of white bee hoon, and as you can see here, the price that you pay for the dish will depend on the types of seafood you actually select. The more expensive the seafood, the higher the price. This dish cost me $5. It comes together with sliced fish and clams. This clam is called lala. So this dish itself, like I said earlier, cost me $5. Okay, first of all, the difference between this white bee hoon and the other white bee hoon is the soup itself. The soup here is clear, and also the way they prepare the noodles. First of all, they will cook the noodles. This white bee hoon, which is thin rice noodles, okay, and they put it on the dish. After that, they will pour the soup on top. Okay, and the soup here is another really delicious soup. Okay, the soup has a very strong seafood flavor, I think probably with like fish and clam flavor, and a very strong fried garlic flavor too. Then there's also lots and lots of soup in the dish itself. And to fully enjoy this dish, you need to eat the noodles together with the soup at the same time to get the full flavor of the soup and the noodles. Overall, this is actually also another very good Bee Hoon dish in the east, and a very delicious seafood stock with the noodles. And so, this was my journey to the east to look for Bee Hoon. I hope you enjoyed this food adventure, that we actually went all the way to the most eastern part of Singapore to find Bee Hoon. So, Fishman GT, did I answer your request to make a video of good Bee Hoon on the east side? Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. Please like, share and subscribe if you have not done so. And the most important thing, don't forget to join me for my next food adventure. Bye bye!